Brian, we got to close this out because people are probably getting super mad at this point. We got to talk about my nerd stuff today. This is CoreLogic coming in with U.S. home price insights, August 2024. You all know I love this stuff. So quick flash on the screen. You have the current versus forecast home price index. This is for month over month. We are currently up 0.3%. The forecast is 0.3%. Year over year, we're up 4.7% on home price, and the forecast for next year is 2.3%. So it's less than this year, but it's still in positive territory, which means it's just slowed down in its rate of increase, but still increasing nonetheless. We are seeing this here locally. Obviously, this is happening at a national level. One major thing I really need to make everyone aware of that I did not know because I wasn't counting. This is the 149th consecutive month that the U.S. has seen year-over-year home price gains. That is 12 and a half years straight of month-over-month total average gain in the United States, 149 months. What were you doing 12 and a half years ago, Brian? How old were you? Tell everybody.
I think I was,
Do your age minus 12 and a half. Just do your age minus 12.
My age minus 12, I was 18.
You were 18. So 12 years ago, Brian was 18 when we started having month-over-month consecutive increases of home price. 12 and a half years ago.
I was just graduating.
12 and a half years ago, crazy. I was in my early 30s. Okay, so, 149 months is super impressive. Also, I'm going to come back to something you made a point about earlier for all the doomsday housing crashers.
Right there
They're like, oh, well, the crash is coming. Yes, you can't keep a good thing going for too long. I also understand that, but the rules have changed.
I could see that.
The variables have changed. Demand has changed. Inventory's changed. Rates have changed. Markets changed. Temperaments changed. Generational view and perspective on homeownership, that's also changed. And 12 and a half years ago, the people that were buying homes didn't share the same opinion that you do right now. So let's talk about it.
Morals. People lie, numbers don't.
Okay. Thank you for watching. That's a quick answer. People lie, numbers don't. Well, hold on. Wait. No, you're not going to do that.
Okay, except that one time when they revised the 800,000 jobs.
Thank you for paying attention to my emails and my text messages, Brian.
Let's go.
Bureau of Labor and Statistics wrote down 818,000 more jobs than we actually had.
I walked into that one.
I know. That was a good take, man. Thank you for doing that. So people lie, numbers don't. Well, what happens when people lie about numbers? Let's be honest.
I wasn't prepared for that question. I answered question number one.
No, you're good. I get the saying. That was fun. Yes, Bureau of Labor and Statistics, 818,000 jobs stated, more stated than were actual. That's a tough pill to swallow.
I will say this. I've yet to hear CoreLogic, come up with a revision. I'm sure, they have, but I don't think it's as, crazy as that.
You'd be lying. The magnitude,
I know nothing's perfect.
The magnitude of this being falsified is like so crazy. You're talking about every public record available that has a sales price and a sales date within the search window that generates these being falsified.
My head hurts for all the data.
Yeah. Okay. So we're up 4.7 this year. We're going to be up 2.3% next year. Again, based on the region and the country part where you live, it's going to be higher than 4 in some places, lower than 4 in others. Same as the forecast for 2.3 next year. Super impressed that we had 149 consecutive months. I think we're going to have 150 next month, and that's due to continue into the end of 2024.
And regardless, I know these might seem like small numbers, but keep in mind that because inflation was still growing at 2.3, we're still basically not dropping rates. So these small numbers do play a big picture in the broad spectrum of everything. Yeah,
absolutely. Good point there. And also noteworthy as far as this data is concerned is that no state posted an annual home price decline.
Another one from our market crashers. See you guys in the comments. I highlighted that one from this one because I was like, yo, come on now.
Well, so here's what's crazy. There's only 2 states on this map. And again, map on your screen right now. There's only 2 states on this map that had less than 1% appreciation. Only 2 out of 50. Texas and Louisiana. And those were actually surprising to me because there's so many people went to Texas.
For sure. Texas for sure.
Oh wow, that's crazy. How did their price increase go so slow? But I think it already hit because they were at the high. They were one of the highest when it came to 2022 and 2023.
Yeah,
so I guess now it makes sense. It's kind of leveled out. But interesting that only 2 out of 50 have leveled out.
And I mean, I think from previous shows we had another CoreLogic report where it says that the number of houses that were underwater or on the verge of underwater was very minimal. So I mean, just to test how
sense.
accurate the information is, like, guys, come on now.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So I want to list these out because I think they're noteworthy and they should get their 15 minutes of fame. South Dakota, 10% increase. New Jersey, 9.3. New Jersey in the house. Rhode Island, 9.2%. Connecticut, 8.5. And New Hampshire, 8.2%.
There you go.
All of these, each of these top 5 above 8%. That's pretty gnarly. I mean, San Diego as a city has been more than that, but there's other parts of California dragging that number down.
We'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah, we'll get that in just a minute. Turn your page. So next chart on your screen, you see this is the top 10 metros change. Ooh. So what you do see here is San Diego coming in at 7.5%, only outpaced by Miami. Now, correction, San Diego and Las Vegas both at 7.5%.
Oh, did I miss that?
And then you have Miami at 10%. So Miami takes the lead when it comes to largest metros.
0.3. That's ridiculous.
What's that?
By 0.3?
No. Miami's at 10. At 10. Yeah, no, you're looking at Chicago.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, that was okay. So we got Miami at 10%, both Las Vegas and San Diego at 7.5%. You got Chicago at 7.2%. Now, what's super interesting about this chart is that you have this like really steep fall off when you get to position 9 and 10. Houston and Denver, 1.7 and 1.9. So coming in the 9 and 10 spot right there at the top of at the bottom of the top 10 are in the ones. But then you have Miami, this massive outlier at 10%. I don't know what's going on in Miami, guys. So if you're from Miami, tell me what's up.
I mean, I definitely know what's going on in San Diego.
San Diego's been number 2 or number 3 on this chart that we've looked at for, I want to say the last 2 years. It might be 3.
I was going to just say that. I just put 2021 because I remember starting to see and saying, "Hey, we're making it on the graphs.
Yes.
Hey, we're making it in the statistics. Oh shoot, we're leading the statistics."
And I think I mean specifically, it's been the number 2 or number 3 spot, not like number 5. It's like been number 2 or number 3, always second to somebody else.
I really feel like it's still very underrated. Like they don't know that it's this hot of a market, but the people that do transact or invest or live out here, they're like, yo, it's definitely not retirement.
Well, for some people it is. So for some people it definitely is. But I think that the continuation of the prices being where they're at is really hard to come back from. I mean, how do we look back now and go, oh, that house that's $900,000 today, that was $450 3 years ago? Like, how do you go back and go, oh, it's a $450,000 house now? Like, it's disorienting. Now, at the same time, people who live in areas that are way cheaper than what I just stated are like, what? $900,000? You're out of your mind. I'm never paying $900,000 for a house. I get it. Some people are like, $450? I still wouldn't pay for it at $450. I get that too. It's but going from $450 to $900 in like such a short window of time, it's totally disorienting.
You come to San Diego, it's like, welcome to the new $1 million homes.
Well, San Diego's on. We had several cities on that list of the 237 cities that now have $1 million starter homes.
So remember that house that went up to sale next to ours for almost
$999,000.
It's still on the market. I went to go see it.
Is?
It's still on the market.
What?
I went to go.
Wait, that was how many weeks ago? 2 or 3?
That was close to a month.
Really? Okay.
I want to say.
I feel like that was more recent.
Me too. So I toured it last week and I walked around and honestly, no discouragement to anybody's property, but I don't think it was worth $1 million.
No, not right now, but we talked about this. It's worth it once you build it out.
No, but it doesn't even have space to build anymore.
Oh, wait, they already used
it?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. They did an addition.
Did I miss that? I think I missed that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's I want to say 4 bedrooms downstairs and they made an additional one, or 3 downstairs, 4 with the top one, made it like a master bedroom upstairs and everything. But the housing itself was very plain, not updated at all. Old appliances. It was clean. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely was not priced for the $1 million.
Wow. Okay.
I was expecting a lot. Like, oh, maybe like it's going to
because when we talked about it, I thought there was room in the back to build an ADU.
They built an addition already. So we talked about saying that they converted the back, and I think they added a few like rooms or units. No, they added just one room.
Okay. So remember last week we were talking about how people can like increase the value of their house, and was part of it is increasing the square footage, and part of it is modernizing it. So to your point here, maybe if it's not been modernized in a decade or two, then maybe it'd be time to do that and make that price match what people see. Because I know what I'm seeing on like MLS. I see listings that people have now. It's like, recently remodeled and at $900,000, $950,000, $1 million, and it's got like the nice gold fixture, brand new countertop, gray paint. It's got the new flooring in. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That person took that and brought it up to current.
If it would have had that done, I would have been like, okay, cool. That makes sense.
It makes sense.
It's up to it's but
so it doesn't make sense because it still needs all that.
It needs all that, and you still have that extra square footage addition, which I feel that's why they went with that price point.
Now, interestingly enough, I'm going to tie this into something else we've talked about before. This could potentially be one of those listings that they end up taking a price cut. And you see those headlines go, price cuts increasing across the nation. And they go from $9.99 to like $9.85. I'm like, okay.
Price improvement.
Right. So from a percentage perspective, that's like not very much at all.
But psychological.
It's psychological that it's a price cut, but it's not like a 10% price cut. You're not going from $9.90 to $9.10 or whatever. So be on your toes when you see things like that. Really read the fine print. Okay, back to home price index really quick, Brian, to kind of wrap this thing up. I think that this is indicative of, first of all, having no states have a negative growth is impressive. And also, again, it shows kind of what's happening as far as demand is concerned, even despite mortgage rates being where they are. And the fact that these top 10 municipalities are just so far ahead of the average is a lot. Every one of these, except for 9 and 10, are at or above the average home price appreciation over the last 12 months.